Hi, welcome back to another episode of Baking Geek today, folks. You may notice a bit of stuff lying around. Very exciting episode for me because today we are doing a review on my new cake mixer, the Kenwood Pâtissier. Oops, I'll just turn the water on. Okay, let's get rid of that. Okay, why would I buy a new mixer? Well, funnily enough, I used to have the old Kenwood Pâtissier. Back when they brought that out about 10 years ago. But let's get into it, okay? This particular machine is actually sold out in Australia leading up to Christmas. You can't buy one from Kenwood themselves. I actually bought this off eBay through another seller, okay? So, and there's very few of them left in the country, I believe. They're that popular. But there's a few reasons, and I'd like to go over them, why I actually chose this machine over, say, a KitchenAid or something to that effect. Okay, this will actually be the third Kenwood I've ever owned. The first one I had back in the 90s, and it was just the old Kenwood chef sort of thing, and it was an absolute workhorse. I ended up selling the business I was in, the bakery / patisserie, and I had to leave that aside. With the business, unfortunately. It was a great little machine, and it was sad to let it go. I subsequently, a couple of years later, I picked up this little number. Now, it's been a great machine, and it's still it's about 10 years old, and it still works very well. Unfortunately, the bowl size and the motor size is kind of small, and due to having, lately I've been doing a lot larger sort of cakes, and I'm having to do 1.5 mixes in that bowl instead of the large bowl that they've given me here, which is a 7-litre bowl. Okay, right, so in saying that, the bowl actually warms up as well. Now, the reason why you'd want something like that is if you do, say, like a genoise, where normally I'd heat the eggs and sugar up on the stove and then throw it in the bowl. Well, this will apparently do all that for me. I'm hoping I get the sort of years that I have out of my little machine as I do out of this brand new big machine, okay? In saying that, I've unboxed it, and I'm very impressed on first impressions with the quality of everything that I've received. Okay, first of all, you'll receive a couple of scrapers, you know, long one, short one, whatever. Yeah, you can pick them up anywhere. Comes with like a welcome pack and invites you to the Kenwood stuff where there's recipes and stuff on there. I'll use my own recipes, thank you. Anyway, right, so let's have a look at it. So my old machine, it was 400 watt motor compared to a 1400 watt motor. Now the equivalent size KitchenAid in this size mixer with the 7-litre bowl and the 5-litre bowl, that actually came with a 500 watt motor. Now it is a direct drive, which is a little bit different, I believe, to the drive in this one. But I'm hoping that I can get by with doing some stiffer doughs, say some croissant doughs, that sort of thing, where I'd normally use cooled down flour, and that would put a load on the mixer. Even back in the shop when I had the bakery, it would put a lot of load, even on a spiral mixer. It would sometimes cut out. So I would never actually ever mix a croissant dough on this little thing. In saying that, the size of the tools that I got with this, have a look at them. They're massive. This one's powder coated, obviously. This dough hook is solid stainless steel, and you can feel the difference in the build quality on it. This one here, this is the beater. Obviously that's the beater from the smaller one. That's the beater from the larger one. That is solid stainless steel. That is going to be an absolute workhorse. If you've ever used machines in the industry, we're talking Hobarts, that's something more like I'm used to. Okay, you've got the beater, you've got the dough hook. Also comes with the one that scrapes the side of the bowl. I very rarely use this. I actually scrape the bowl myself. But anyway, that's the size of the tools we're looking at. Comes with the top thing, but so did my old Pâtissier. That came with that. And the last but not least is the whisk. Now have a look at the size of the difference in the whisk. It's massive. But in saying that, if you've ever used a industry standard like bowl, the whisk would normally come to the top of the bowl. In the 7-litre bowl, this doesn't come to the top. That's the only drag back I've sort of seen so far. It does come to the top of the bowl with the 5 litre. In my smaller one, by the way, I believe that's about a 4.5 litre to 4 litre sort of bowl. That's my only the only thing I can sort of pick wrong with that. Because the whisk, if you look at it, if I put that in the bowl, it would come up to there, which is about 2/3 of the way up. If you do a mix anywhere past the top of the whisk, is not going to get done, and it's going to get folded back into the mix as it comes up around the sides, okay? So for the 7 litre bowl, I would like a slightly taller whisk. That would be my only complaint. And the other thing, on unboxing it, I thought, how easy is this thing going to be to use? Because I'm just used to mixers that are, I just get the mix ready, throw it all in, and I just want to go. Okay, so I thought, let's have a look at it. So once you turn it on, it actually comes with a set of scales as well, but I'm used to using scales on the side. You're not always going to use the scales in the bowl. That's good for your first couple of ingredients. There's obviously going to be different stages to every mix that you do, and if you're only, well, there's the scales right now, and you can zero them out, so you can do all that sort of thing. And it comes with a beautiful light on the bowl as well. It's an LED light, hopefully, and hopefully that will last as well, and I won't have to replace that anytime soon. Okay, so let's get into it. We'll drop it down, and let's see how quickly I can get going. So I'll just go to... Hi, welcome back. I actually stuffed up that last bit. I'm still having to play around with this mixer, so forgive me. Alright, so anyway, when you turn it on, you'll get the light, and you'll also get a couple of different screens on this. Okay, now, hang on. Alright, so we've got, yeah, okay, you've got your scale on one, and you've got, basically, you've got 3 things here. So you can either bowl heat, and you can turn that on or off, and your minimum mixing speed is either on or off. So say we've got a dough and we just want to mix it in first gear. We're not going to bother with the time limit, so we're just going to press a button and go on first gear. It's that simple. So if I was doing, say, a Genoa, and I'd be able to pump it up like that into, say, 3rd gear, and then just bring it back as I would normally. That was my biggest fear with this mixer. It would be overly complicated, and you'd end up hitting all sorts of buttons, or the machine would actually cut out halfway through a mix, and you'd lose all that momentum of gaining, you know, your volume in your Genoa, say, that sort of thing. I don't feel that's going to be necessary, seeing you don't have to use a timer. The timer can go either way by the looks of it. You can either preset it, or you can just use it to count up, and it'll tell you how long you've been mixing for. Okay, so anyway, stay tuned. Like I said, I showed you the size difference between a lot of the utensils on the old one versus the new one. I'm very impressed with the build quality of it, and they are built in the UK, I believe, which, yeah, hopefully it should last as long as the old Kenwoods do. You know, 50 years. I've heard of Kenwoods from the 1950s still going today, so that's what, 50, 70 years worth of mixing. Okay, guys, it is worth buying. Shop around for prices. Obviously, I bought mine on eBay. I didn't buy directly from Kenwood. I don't think I would have got the sort of discounts I got if I bought directly through Kenwood. But in saying that, always shop around, folks. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of Baking Geek. Hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel and you'll learn lots, and in future you'll be seeing me do lots of different stuff on this in my channel. Okay, see you next time. Bye.